Hi there, welcome to day 16 of our advent of projects. Today we're going to be making a really quick and easy little box. Now this is quite a nice little size, so if you're looking for a very last minute box, this is the one that you want to go to. I'm going to be making it in DSP today, but you can of course make it in cardstock if you want to make it that little bit stronger. But if you're in a hurry and you want something a little bit quickly, this is ideal. Now when you're making this box, because of the folds that you make, you really are looking for a non-directional paper. You can get away with something like this, stripes, and you can get away with something that's an all-over pattern. But if you were using something, for example, like the trees from the Whimsy and Wonder, some of your trees would end up upside down. So you just want to sort of think about the paper that you're using for this project. Now I want to have my stripes on the outside. I'm going to score on the reverse, just mainly because I don't want it reflecting on the light for you. But I'm going to use just my hands for burnishing this actually, because it's a bit thinner than your average sort of paper, so I also want to make sure that it's burnished nicely. So I'm going to first of all score it at 3 inches, and then I'm going to score it at 9 inches. I'm then going to do it one turn, and I'm going to score at 1 inch, at 3.5 inches, at 6.5 inches, and at 9 inches. And that is literally it. That is all of your scoring done. So as I say, really quick and simple. So I'm just going to burnish these, as I say, and I'm not going to be using my bone folder for it. It burnishes beautifully on its own, so I don't want to risk cracking that paper. Okay, so now that that's done, I have my 1 inch piece at the top here where I am, and I need to make some cuts. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut down these sides down to this point here. Okay, so you could do this on your trimmer if you wanted to. I'm just going to do it on here just because it's quite quick. I want you to see just how beautifully quick this little box is. Okay, so I started at the top with my 1 inch, and I've gone down to the 3rd score line. So I'm going to repeat that for the other side. I'm going to turn it round, and I want to come up the bottom to this 1st score line here. So you could do this on your trimmer if you preferred. And again on this side here. Okay, so now that that is done, I can explain what the parts are to you. So this is going to be our lid, and this is the back of our box. This is the front of our box. These are going to form the sides, so we need to make 2 more cuts, and we're going to remove this corner section here. So I've removed that entirely. I'm going to repeat that on the other side. Going to trim that. I just went off a little bit there. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to start gluing our box together. So I'm first of all, actually before I do that, I'm going to round the corners of my DSP here. It just makes it easier to close when you get to it. So I'm going to use wet glue for mine. I always find that wet glue makes it a little bit stronger. And I'm going to glue onto the right side of my paper here. Now I tested this glue before I started recording, it was fine. There we go. Now it's come out a bit too quick. Okay, so I just want to line this up to get a nice corner. And that is my first join. I'm going to go over the other side and do the same again. And close it up. And you'll find that these should meet in the middle. I don't know if you can see that. They're just very slightly out, but they should meet in the middle so that you can carry on that beautiful sort of pattern all inside. I'm going to repeat for the other side. And I'm going to do both of these at the same time. I always find it easier when you've got the closed end just to glue them both at the same time. And I'm going to close it up and just make sure that my corners meet up nicely. Okay, now I've got it flat. I'm just going to again burnish over those edges just to make sure that it all glues nicely. So you've got a double layer there, so that will make that nice and strong. The bits are a bit weaker at the sides and the lid, but you'll find it's sufficient. Once you've got your little gift of whatever it is you want in there, I can see mine has gone off very slightly there, but I'm not going to worry about it because it's all the same pattern inside, so nobody's going to notice if you've gone slightly wonky out. And then you simply close your box. So there you have a really quick and simple and I dare say quite a nice size box really. You could put a scarf or something in there or whatever you wanted really. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of ribbon around it, really quick and simple. So you can take as much time as you like decorating and putting all the bits on. I'm here just to show you quickly how these go together. And of course, again, if you've got something in there, that's not going to close inside. So obviously mine is sort of collapsing a little bit because I've got nothing inside it, but I suppose I could find something. Let me see if I can find something to go inside. I have a little bag of goodies for making some boxes and gifts. So what do I have here? I've got a pack of mojito and mint flavour after 8 mints, and they work perfectly. They will sit just in there for me. So now it's got a little bit of strength to it. Going to tie it my bow. And do you remember these little tags I made earlier in our advent? So I'm just going to pop these on here. If I can get the ribbon through the holes. So there we go, that's our box complete. So literally it takes minutes. It is obviously in DSP, it is a little bit more fragile, but I don't think that actually matters if you're giving a gift. It's quite weighty inside, so it will hold its shape quite nicely. So I think people will love it. So I'll see you again tomorrow. Take care. Bye.